Alright, hello and welcome back to The Witcher. We are currently playing the Tome of Strahd, which is the prequel to Curse of Strahd, and with me I have Theo, Owen, Jake, Ethan, and Paul playing their respective characters, as you can see. We don't really need to go into intros for this one because we're carrying on from where we left off, which is we are pretty much looking for Strahd, and they stumbled across a pack of wolves along with a werewolf thanks to one particular individual who decided to not be so careful when roaming around this place. Our situation is as follows, so we're going into combat straight off the bat in this one. So if everyone can roll me initiative by rolling a d10 plus your reflex.
Okay.
Nice. Oh yeah, there is the initiative button for anyone who has their character sheet on. Roll
Yeah,
20.
find that. Oh, there it is.
Right. Ooh. Right. So. Okay. So. I don't know why it rolls as a save. So.
Use a merchant wolf. Does he have wares?
Are you? Is it the spelling? It's the spelling, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
It is.
Where? Werewolf.
Yeah.
I love
Would
that.
you like me?
Well, I mean, if you're lucky, you might actually wear him.
No, that's the wrong. Where?
Wrong word
Right.
still.
Where is that? Where is WEAR? This one is where if you're in a warehouse, for example.
Listen, I was doing this. I was updating
No
everything while
worries.
at work.
No worries. No worries. You are
You
fine.
judgmental being.
Sorry if we are grammar.
Nazis.
Grammar. Yes.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
No, the month.
Sorry.
All right. So first of initiative, we have our Witcher. So
All right. I want to go on a straight line with the horse towards the werewolf, take a slash, and go off a bit to the side.
all right. So you do your movement.
You were going with the
there's-
horse?
Yeah,
Okay, no, I'm on the horse, so I follow.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Oh, all right.
So the both of you pretty much like. So
Yeah, there.
I guess.
Slash with the sword.
All right. So that's.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna do a quick strike or fast strike or a strong strike?
A fast strike.
All right. So that means you get to attack twice. All right.
Yeah.
Go for it.
True. Why is this not working? Oh, it worked. Okay. I'll use the first one because I pressed it twice. Fast strike. Extra action I put no, right?
No.
And random.
Okay.
24 and a 25.
Yeah, that looks like it hits.
Alright. So, target location 9. Left limb.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So roll for damage.
I think it's already there, right?
Oh yeah.
11.
The 11 and the 10. So first,
Mhm.
second. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a total of 21.
Alright. Do I
Did
roll the
you-
location twice?
Don't forget using a silver sword, you get the 3d6 damage for silver, right? The werewolves suffer from silver.
Oh, is he using
Uh,
silver?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
using wolf silver
Yes.
sword, so we roll the extra 3d6 of damage for using a silver weapon against a monster, right, Don? I think that's how it works in a way.
So he's rolling with a 2d6 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing he's using his silver sword. No, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yes, it's silver and silver. So the damage is already implicated.
Okay,
into that.
you don't add the extra 3d6?
Against.
It's two. So it says 2d6 there rolled,
Let me
but
check.
on my notes added 3d6 to monsters.
Oh, all right. So you do need to add 3d6. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's
So
additional
another
9.
9
And another one
and another one.
because you
The location.
you striked twice.
Yeah. So the second one was a 25,
All right.
and I did the location already. Okay.
So as you slash in, the wolf, taken aback by the fact that you just came in charging with your horse and you slash 1, 2 straight down into the limbs, into the left limb. It howls in pain as we move on to our next individual. That would be Ethan's character.
Alrighty, Arfis. So Arfis, let's see here. So we're gonna do some measuring. So I can move with the move in the horse, correct? Done.
That's correct, yes.
Alright, and just their movement, not their run speed.
Okay.
You okay with that? Alright. So they have speed of 12, so that means I can move up to... I'm gonna move up to there. So let me get that settled. So that's how far I will move with my horse. So you can move the horse with him. And can I attack the werewolf from where I am? God fucking... Come on. Alright, just going to move a little bit down there. Because I have a halberd. And I will want to swing my halberd at this one. The halberd has long reach, so it can attack up to 4 meters, if I'm correct.
Ooh, just right.
So just right there, I will give it the halberd. I swing my halberd around to the werewolf. My poleaxe, my bad. But it's technically kind of a spear. So I will swing it to him.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce the werewolf's stamina, so seeing you approach another horse and another person riding and swinging, like what is going on?
Yeah.
So.
And I will do... So the damage... Alright, so I'll make a strong attack roll. Strong strike. No extra action. Random target location. 60. Ooh! Damn it, I miss.
So as you kind of move the horse, and you kind of position yourself ready for the swing to go at him, he kind of sees you, and he kind of clutches down at the same time, holding his left limb, as it kind of just goes over his head. All right.
Ah, dumb beast. And
Brings us to the mage now.
Okay. Can move further up.
Is the mage the only one on foot?
Yes.
Yep. Well, technically I was on a horse with someone, but when we were placed here, I assumed we had gotten off.
Ah.
But I'm good with being off the horse, that's fine. Now, from there, I should be able to hit this one. Yeah, that's fine. So, I will cast... Which one was it? Anya? Yes, cast a ball of pure fire at it. It has a 75% chance of lighting the target on fire. I don't know if there's a roll for that, you'll have to tell me.
Yeah, you'd have to do the percentile dice. So
Okay, so let's start with the attack. Okay, so spellcasting, random, nothing. That's 20 to hit. Damn it.
he immediately he senses the he senses chaos in the air as you kind of draw upon it. As he dodges down, grabs his leg, hisses at him. He senses the chaos, turns around, and exactly as you shoot your spell, he immediately dodges further down onto the ground, almost on all fours, almost lying down flat onto the ground as the thing just flies.
Okay. Can I take an extra action?
Yes, of course. You have 2 actions every round, so that was your first. You can take your second.
Mm-hmm. So I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get it to hit. So extra action, yes. 19?
So, unfortunately, the werewolf at this point, being flat on the ground, dodging your first spell, he doesn't manage to get out of range or move or anything to dodge the second one. So this completely hits him,
Okay.
dealing 12 damage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, you can roll the percentile die. You have to get a 25 plus.
So, trying to figure out where to do that from, though.
A D.
Haven't done
You
this one yet.
just roll a D100.
D100.
Oh, just roll a d100.
Unfortunately, he does not catch on fire.
No.
All right. It blasts upon him. You hear him, which moves us to the criminal dwarf, Dorsch.
So, with him lying down, I presume firing at him is going to be useless.
No,
Would that be?
you should be able to.
Ah, yes. Oh,
Just careful your range.
no, he's only 5 meters away, 5.5 meters away.
We have a range expert on the council, the elf.
Wait for that.
Yeah. I shall briefly take that in with my short roll.
Oh, Elliot, there was someone. There's someone with you on the line.
Single strike. No, let's.
No, to pull stuff.
Random. 20 to hit.
So, again, because he's on the ground, he's not gonna move at this point, unfortunately. So it does hit. So you can go ahead and roll for damage. Oh, come on! Is this the same limb?
Yes.
No, it's the right limb earlier. It's the left limb. So you're hit. You work for his next leg. You guys are their legs.
I hit both, left and
At
right.
least he got one after us.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to go for the leg. Don't worry.
We can always aim.
You only take half of my damage. Being in the limb.
All right. So that was your first action. You have a second action that you could do.
I'll draw another arrow ready to fire.
All right, ready and loaded, which brings us to the wolves. The wolves, seeing their fellow master or whatever you want to call him, like a werewolf, they all rush in surrounding you guys at this point with a run. Right. What I need you guys to do, and Ethan, if you still have the horse stats in front of you, I need your horses all to make a will save.
Alright, everyone. So the horse's stat, let me see if I still have it. Not in front of me at the moment, but I can easily go to it. So, one moment. Common animals. There it is. Horse. So their will stat is 4.
Okay. So you roll a d10 plus 4, and basically, if it beats the DC, they are not afraid of the wolves. If they fail the DC, unfortunately, you have a very startled horse.
Oh, those two got a net 10. Nice. I got 12.
So would the 10 explode?
Yes,
Yes,
so
it
you
would
need to roll
explode.
another d10 and add the results.
I got 12 done.
Okay.
That's +4 to the other D10.
Yes, plus 4. Just plus 4.
No. Just the D10.
A D10, yeah. You just roll an extra D10 because you crit. When you...
With a slash before the roll.
Ooh, I know.
He's mistyped.
Ooh.
Just had an accident of mistyping.
So we have
The mistake.
a 19 and a 22.
Alright.
The 12.
You manage
Yeah,
to
so-
kind of... Oh, as you see the wolves come closer to you. Unfortunately, however, Ethan, your horse is startled by this, and it takes a few steps backwards.
Mm-hmm. Whoa! Up now!
You will need to use your turn to calm it down. So
Alright.
we'll just keep that
So that will be a
mind.
full action. So that'll be a full action. Full
Yeah.
round action. Okay.
Which brings us to our wolf, archer, killer, individual, Lucia, the elf.
The horse is in the way. Man, presumably, I cannot go there.
No. You-
Can we leave?
No, I wanted to go within half a meter of the werewolf. Now I cannot.
Ah,
Ah, man. Regular shot to the wolf at the top.
All right.
Lucia's just super frustrated.
Okay, so you take your single strike, I'm guessing?
Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah. So as the wolf kind of is more like towards the horse, which is started, you take aim.
And can I do another single strike with the second action?
So give me a minute.
Yep.
And why? There we go. So straight off, it falls onto his side, motionless. You have a second action.
And that would be with the extraction.
Okay.
No. I'm asking. What do I need to say? Extraction, yes, for the second one or no?
No,
Okay.
it's not an extraction because it is your second and last action now. So there's nothing else you can do unless you spend stamina. Oh, damage 30. What is going on?
And the next one.
Ah.
Ooh, what I fumbled.
not good.
I lose I use 2 arrows and second one misses totally.
So it's a fumble by 6. Right. As you kind of stretch, you have a problem because the horse isn't exactly staying still for you, and you just miss the shot and it just goes straight into the tree line.
Yep.
Which brings us to the werewolf. Now, bear with me a moment. Alright, so the werewolf takes the opportunity and he goes for the horse for a quick bite into the neck. Mana. That is going to be... So, a 20 to hit the horse. You have to roll for the horse to see if it's going to dodge out of the way or not. So it's a dodge and escape from the horse. Ethan, do you have the stats for that?
I believe I do. I dodge. No, there's no. Is there dodge? Yeah, there's dodge. Escape.
Okay.
It's +8. It's +8.
So it's a D10 plus 8s.
Yep.
Witcher, it's your horse. You roll for it. Ooh.
No bueno.
No. As it takes a bite. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Ouch. A horse's HP is 40.
40?
Good.
Okay.
No armor.
Oh wait, I've been rolling for the wrong thing the whole time. Hold up. I've been rolling for the wolf.
We're fine with the 2 damage if you are, don't worry.
It's my mistake. However, hold on. So. Right. So I'm missing 3d6 from that. So there we go. So I'll just take the last 3. So it's 1 1 4 4 2. So that is 8 9 10. So that's a total of 12 damage onto the horse with the bite. And I need to roll a 1d. No, I need to roll 2d10s. That is not what I meant. There we go. So no bleeding on the horse.
Easy.
As the wolf kind of tries its best to stay on its hind legs, unfortunately with the pain it kind of goes back down on all fours, bringing us back to the Witcher.
Okay, seeing his poor horse take such a bad bite, he's going to jump off the horse and tell Lucia, get some distance. And he will take a strike.
Okay.
Jumping off would be an action, I'd imagine.
That's correct. So now you're down to your attack.
Exactly. So I'll go fast strike again. Oh,
Wow.
24, and the second attack exploded, I guess.
Yeah. So
Alright.
with the first attack, he kind of immediately, with its own teeth, grabs in as it kind of, you know that metal sound against something, just across its teeth, and you see the saliva just dripping down. With the second strike, you just go ahead and hit him. Give me a location, please.
I'll bare my teeth while doing that. Torso.
As you bring the silver blade down into him, you do need to add... Oh no, is it already added? No, 2d6? No. Alright, so that's a...
So another 13. So 24 damage.
As you bring it down into his torso, right through, the thing yelps in pain. Alright, So, which brings us to our dear craftsman.
Oh, he's got a full round. He has to calm the horse down. So, or can I take? Is it all right? If I take the full round to calm the horse, is it like a roll I have to do, or can I take it as an action for a roll?
It is a animal handling of sorts. So,
Okay. So instead of doing the full round, can I just do it like an action? No, not a guarantee, basically for a rolled instead of a guarantee calm. If that's okay with you.
How do you mean? Sorry.
As in, so do I to make the roll? It's a full round action or no or normal action?
It is a full round action to calm it.
Full round.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I gotta calm it. It's my only way of transportation. So I'll try to make animal handling, which my animal handling skill with Arfis is.
I mean, the alternative option is if you don't want to calm it, you can dismount, right? But then the horse is gonna run off. So
Yeah, that's. I don't want it to run off. That's so.
okay.
So animal handling. Can't find animal handling as a skill.
So hold on.
Yeah, I can't find it. That's weird. All right. What would be equivalent skill to that then?
Wilderness survival.
Maybe
So education.
wouldn't it
learning-
fall under riding? I guess. 'Cause-
Yeah.
I could do writing.
It would be riding here.
Yeah.
Grooming and styling.
No, that's something completely different, Lucia. You're such an elf.
15.
With a 15, it does throttle a bit, but you go, oh, shh, oh,
Calm down.
and kind of shakes
There
his
you go.
mane as you manage to calm it down. All right,
And
which
that's
brings
how I
us, which brings us to our mage, Clifford.
Couple of questions. How does the werewolf look?
Badly injured, badly wounded. You've seen the silver sword go right through from back to front and out.
Okay, all right. No, in that case, if he's almost done, no need to try anything more drastic. I'll just try the fire thing again, see what pans out. $25.
So. Whew. Yeah, that hits, buddy.
Okay. So we
As
roll.
you hit it, it rolls onto its side, it tumbles with the impact,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's also on fire.
it is.
Nice. I just remembered on critical hits I get an extra hit.
No.
Oh.
Is there anything that, I guess, no? No. Okay. Coolio. So, werewolf down. You do have
Nice.
a second reaction.
Yeah, but that takes extra stamina, yeah?
No. So you cast one spell, right?
Yeah.
You have a second action. You always have two actions. It's past the second action that you have to take extra stamina.
Oh. And movement is one of those actions or separate?
That is one of those actions, yeah.
Ah, okay, so that's what was confusing me. Ah, shit, if I don't move, then that really fucking helps. Alright, let's try this again with the wolf that's behind me.
Okay.
Yes.
You hear the growling behind you as you turn round and you cast a spell.
Yep, let's try that again. $21 to hit, 14 damage.
Yeah. You take it by surprise as you turn round immediately. Since it's almost point blank vision, you cast your spell straight into the face. And down it goes.
Okay.
With the impact also kind of like tumbling backwards and onto a side, motionless. And it is also on fire.
Is it? Wait, what's the? Isn't it 75%?
So yeah, so anything above 25.
Oh, so above 25. Okay.
So that is on fire. Right, criminal. You have lock loaded your. What are you using? Are you using crossbow? Is that what you're using, or
Short bow.
short bow? Right.
So I'm going to take a shot at this guy. So the one effectively that's slightly below me.
Okay.
That one, yep. So short bow at the ready. It's going to be a single strike. No. That's not point blank. That's close. 14 to hit.
All right. So, as it notices and growls at you, you take the launch and it just leaps out of the way as the arrow hits the ground. You hear the thump of the impact. Do you look and ready another arrow, or?
Yeah, and I'm also going to take. So these stamina. So if I had to take a third action and burn some stamina.
Right. You'll be burning 3 stamina to take an additional action. Yeah.
Okay, and then how do I replace that stamina?
Resting and stuff like that. So, but you only get what is in your recovery.
So you can take a recovery action during battle and regain that during
yes.
battle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, my recovery is 4, so in that case,
The only thing you can't recover, the only thing you can't recover is HP.
Yeah.
Okay, no problems. So,
John, if you don't mind, while we're on the subject, because it's perfect with the stamina thing, how are we doing the stamina rest outside of battle? Because since you can take a recovery action, which is technically immediate within 3 seconds, how are you doing it out of combat?
So, in the rules, and please correct me if I'm wrong to the rule lawyers.
It's very vague.
So, as far as I can tell, it seems like you do take a full recovery. However, it seems like you do miss your turn in it.
So it's a full round action. Full round action basically means you just take an entire turn to recover, and that's it. You can't do anything else. So you can't move.
Yeah.
You can't do any other actions. Yeah.
And that's in combat. But what about out of combat?
Out of combat, it's the same thing. So as you rest, you gain the recovery points. I know it's a really weird rule. I don't think they really thought it through as they went through that.
It's very vague for the out of combat one. Okay, all right. Sorry to derail, but at least.
No worries. But how I would see it is you would cover fully because if it's recovery is 3 seconds, goes 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's
around.
my point. Yeah.
Basically, you can just take like a couple of seconds, you back up to full.
We can just do a mock combat between us.
Yes, we can.
All right, cool. Thank you.
No
one person recovers, the other person gets a buttload of arrows inside of him.
And of
Always
course,
nice.
the metagamer has to say that. I mean, they're rules. They're there. They're written. I mean, if we do a mock combat, it's a combat. No, it's like,
Yeah.
Anyways. Right, we were saying, so, in relation to the criminal, you lock another bolt into your short bow, and do you want to
same
spend...
one again.
Okay, you're going to spend stamina to launch...
Yes.
Okay. Go for it.
So,
So in this case, if it does ask you as an additional action, you do say yes?
yes, exactly. Yes. So, no, single strike. That's yes. And it's closed. 25.
Ooh, that exploded. Nice. So it's a 10 plus 7 on the dice. Alright. This wolf is going to also spend some stamina, saying that you are being resilient. It fumbles as the arrow takes the shot straight into its skull, almost between the eyes, as it whimpers down dead. Wolf's action. The wolves are going to attempt to get closer. So it's first action, yep. Alright. So actually, seeing that their werewolf died and another 3 of their comrades die, they're actually going to flee, as that is by rules. And they rush and run back straight into Woodline.
Okay.
Which brings us at the end of combat. I just love how the music just stopped right in time for that. Okay. Let's see if I can find something a bit more appropriate. Yeah, there we go. Alright, gentlemen.
Wait, why
Lady.
can't I hear music?
That's because I'm playing it on Spotify right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Because like you said, it stopped right there. I'm like, there's no music, though, is there?
If you see this in post, Owen of the present, you're here.
Sure.
Alright, gentlemen and lady, you have just found yourself in the midst of combat, and you live to fight another day. It seemed a bit too easy, perhaps, for some of you. Others, you, especially the Witcher, just flexes. It's just another job, unpaid. Unfortunately, as you examine the werewolf's corpse to see if there's anything you can loot from it, unfortunately the burns are quite severe as it's still on fire, and there's nothing you can actually take from it. However,
Sorry about that.
even if you were to take its head as a trophy, I
Yeah.
don't know what worth you're gonna get for it.
Would that also count for its insides?
The insides
So I
are
was.
the insides
Yeah.
should be fine. Let me just whoa.
Because I would like to attempt to get a mutagen.
Alright, so mutagen, sure thing. So if you're gonna you're already dismounted your horse, you go over.
Yeah.
You do need to put out the fire.
I'll start with that. Do I need to roll anything for that?
So that, my friend, let's have a look at the character sheet to see what makes sense to that. Right. So don't get scared.
Trying to see if I have some kind of cloth or something. Don't really have anything I could help with.
Suppose this Lucia's got some harvesting as well to do.
Okay.
Actually, at some point before you leave, he will try to. He will do. Give me a second.
So unfortunately, I would say this would fall under like a first aid situation, which you don't have. So, and you're trying to craft. So I would just roll a crafting. So just click on first aid, let it roll.
There we go.
With a
7.
7. You don't manage to put out the fire as quickly as you hoped. However, you don't hurt yourself in the process. You do manage to kind of snuff it out. There's a bit of embers still around. And you take the opportunity to kind of put it on its back to kind of suffocate whatever flames are left as you go for the mutagens.
I do have a freeze spell if it helps.
I mean, Stefan, you're seeing Erland kind of hassling to kind of get anything he can out of this werewolf. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to approach and help him.
Well, will that help me gain the head and use it as a trophy? I don't plan to sell it, and I'm not trying to get any monetary value out of it. I just want to see if having what remains of the physical head used as a trophy.
I think he's talking to you, Erland.
Oh no, I'm talking to the DM
Sorry?
to see if this is possible.
Okay, so give me a deduction check. Erlen is still trying to put off the fire on this thing.
It'll be fine.
Like Clifford is just analyzing his options. Like help him and get something out of it, or like just leave him, just have it.
Literally what I'm thinking. 15?
With a 16, you
15.
Oh, sorry. With a 15,
Yeah.
The head is partially damaged, but
Yeah.
it's doable for a trophy, you would say. Like there is a way that you could kind of give it a bit of a clean, and
Sure.
it's just doable for a trophy.
Okay. Then yeah, I will. I'll cast the freezing spell on it and help him out as I go for the head.
Okay.
So
So guys, this is the part where I'm gonna leave you freely roleplay a bit. If there's anything that you need from me, just ask.
Yeah,
Do you
so-
warn Erlen? Or do you just do it?
No. I just walk right up to you, next to you, as it just slowly starts to freeze over, and not even say a word, and then just go down. You're welcome.
with Lucia seeing Erlen and Erland and Darfis just going on
It's
the
Erlen.
surrounding the werewolf and freezing him and
It's
the
Clifford,
fire.
not Perfect.
Just Lucia will just pipe out. If you can just leave some saliva for me.
Well, if you
Saliva.
want to help me, if you feel like getting a bit dirty there, I'll help you.
I'm not even going to say anything. You two deal with this. Just keep the head for me. You can go pick up some saliva, but I think it's pretty much burnt to a crisp at this point. I apologize.
He's
Yeah.
falling down the horse. Calm down, bastard. Good lord.
Yeah,
Yep.
doesn't really help much, but who knows? Maybe something could be gained.
Well, whatever you wish the gate, I recommend we do it with haste. We still need to find where the hell Strahd, where the hell Strahd went.
Right. I
Mm.
forgot about him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can we search for anything? Search for clues, footsteps, whatnot.
Tracks.
Yeah.
Whilst everyone's searching, Lucia's just getting werewolf saliva and dog tallow from the wolves.
Well, the only one that's kind of salvageable is the one that's not on fire.
So there are two.
Yeah.
And Erlen will try to get the mutagen of the.
So for the
werewolf.
mutagen, I need you to roll me an alchemy
Yeah.
with a difficulty
there-
check of 14.
Is there any deemed
Usha,
value on the
do you want to
wolves?
help me here?
On the, getting anything off the wolves?
Sorry, Dorsch, what was that?
So kind of like go back to the dragon. Once we found it dead, we took its teeth, we took its scales, we stripped this thing clean.
Yeah, pretty much.
With the wolf, is there any deemed value to do a similar process?
Yeah.
Wolfskin.
Wolves
Sorry, wolf pelt.
wolves do have certain properties that you could salvage from them. So specifically, like Lucia was saying, she went for the what was it? The saliva and stuff,
Saliva from the werewolf
right?
and dog tallow from the wolves. But then again, I don't need them in fact, but we
Okay.
might use them.
So then there's the beast bones and the wolf hide, which you could either dismantle for crafting or sell.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of what you can get out of these guys. Lucia clearly decided to take the dog tallow. So you're seeing Lucia just kind of dismantle this thing. Erland, that alchemy did not succeed, unfortunately.
Mm.
You're looking through and no sign of the mutagen whatsoever. This thing perhaps was more recently cursed, more than it doesn't look like it's been in this form for too long for a mutagen to be found.
Goodbye +3 to attacks.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Whoever is looking for signs of Strahd or footprints
Yeah.
or anything
Yeah.
in that regards, give me a. Let's quickly have a look. So, you have an awareness check to kind of just scan the area that you could use. You can roll me that.
$17 from my end.
All right.
So what was the roll? Sorry. I missed it.
An awareness check.
Awareness. Right.
So
Apologies.
you are in an area which has clearly been semi-destroyed from the impact of the dragon. There's several trees kind of just brushed away onto the side at the edge of the woodland here. There seems to be a lot of struggle, and as you're kind of examining, you do see what seems to be dried blood at this point. It's not that fresh. However, it's about a day's worth of time. You know, it's a day old.
Yeah, it's a day old.
England, thank you. So clearly a battle was done here. Now, with that, if you like, you can give me a deduction check to kind of analyze further what your findings tell you.
Sure.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Arthas,
Oh,
what
no.
did you do, Arthas?
Oh no.
What's
So I
wrong?
rolled natural 1. I rolled natural 10.
Fine.
I rolled another natural 10. And rolled a 9. So one moment. Let me do some.
You might want to change the die.
29.
Yes.
Negative
That's
29
Negative.
against...
No, it's against my 10. So it's negative 19.
That vessel just pops.
So, Arthas, you decide to follow a specific track that you noticed.
Yeah.
That seems to be like large footprints of the dragon, clearly struggles, and so forth, until eventually, as you kind of blindly following this trail, you mistakenly take a footing down into one of the footprints of the dragon, and you severely twist your ankle, and you feel a click as you fall and fumble down. The minute you kind of apply pressure onto it, the shock of pain, it's as if something broke, but you're not sure, like, hits you.
Okay. All right. So I have a sprained leg.
You do.
All right. Okay. So you just hear everyone just hears some scuffling sounds and a angry old man roar of pain. No, actually, he says. Let me actually find the right wording. I was gonna say. He says.
What was that?
I just heard grunting.
Right. So, Clifford, in the meantime, before all of this kind of happens, you're kind of deducing the situation. From what you can tell, apart from the fight, the struggle that happened between Strahd and the dragon, you come to realize that, okay, so there was the struggle, the fight, happened back and forth. The area in which this fight happened, you see that, you know, there was movement, slamming around. As you're kind of following the trail and going, like, all right, struggle. Clearly, Strahd is powerful enough because somehow those trees are not from a landing smash, but pretty much something that was smashed against. You look around, it's like, clearly Strahd was also tossed around quite a fair bit. And you also see, like, a severed hand of a male individual kind of just hanging on a branch of a tree up above.
Okay.
and you see severe loss of blood around there.
Huh.
Part of the clothing you can see around that specific area where it seems like the fight took a heavy blow there. More of Strahd's attire is torn.
Okay. So can I clearly tell that this is that the arm has a piece of Strahd clothing? Is it what I remember him wearing?
Well, the arm itself has the
Mhm.
long talons that Erland saw during the battle.
Yeah.
So, and it is something that you could tell. Yeah, it is part of Strahd's clothing too.
Okay.
And in this whole thing, you notice that there is what seems to be like a pool of blood that clearly was made from someone who was unconscious or knocked out or killed there for a period of time, laying there for a period of time. And then you notice
Right.
that there's wagon trails leading into the woodland away.
Okay. Away from where the battle.
Yeah, so you
was.
see this kind of curve mark
Yeah.
of the weight of the wagon and then kind of straight out. So
Yeah.
you have kind of this like semi, like a number 7, just, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that what you see, and then you hear Arthas just yelling.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
Did you go to Arthas? Did you find out what the fuck
Well,
Arthas was?
yeah. I follow
Yeah.
his yell
So-
to see what's going
I
on.
So you-
suppose everyone hears Arthas.
Yeah. Probably, I imagine.
yeah,
he's
pretty much.
cursing. He's cursing in Elder speech for sure.
You're in earshot of each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucia will just sigh.
Yeah.
First the horse getting in the way. Now what's next?
So you see Arthas he's clutching his leg on like a dragon under one of the giant leg dragon's footprint, clutching it a bit like fuck I've had enough.
And Lucia will just follow the sound and go to Arthas.
Damn leg.
Medic.
Yes, he's on the way.
Good. He seems. Well, I'm not sure if he's making it seem worse than it is, but he does seem hurt.
Would you like me to bust me your leg, you damn whore son?
I'm good up here. I see the footprint you fell into. It's fine. Once you are patched up, you'll be happy to know that I found where the carriage was leading. Or at least there's some track marks of carriage which left this location.
Great, good news. At least one of us found something. Fuck.
There we go.
Is Erlen hold on, get the names out. Is our craftsman bleeding or not?
No, he's not bleeding.
No.
Okay.
So, am I suffering from the sprained leg condition, critical wound, basically done?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I am currently suffering from a -2 speed, dodge, escape, and athletics.
Don't worry about
Okay.
that. Setting up my healing tent will take some time. It takes an hour. Do we have an hour? Or just fucking off? I'm saying to the party.
How long would it actually take him to heal naturally?
No. It's gonna take him days. Just
Oh,
this will help
Days
it faster.
unless treated. If treated less, like I think days.
No, because I was thinking if this is something that can be dealt with on horseback, since he doesn't technically need to walk, he'll be fine.
Then no tent it is. So
It's up to you. I don't mind.
no.
It's just I'm trying to find alternate
Yeah.
options for it.
Lucia will head on to Arthas. Okay, yeah. Okay. And
brained it.
yeah, you sprain everything, you damn humans.
Thanks. Let me know when you sprain your own leg.
and it's just gonna do a healing hands roll.
I think to treat it requires 2 healing hand rolls, like 2 turns basically of.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, because it's a simple
Okay.
wound. Yeah, it's a simple critical wound. Whoa! Jesus!
Nice.
Does that work?
What's
Yeah, she's healing hands my wound.
28
basically.
and exploded, and 21. So, Arthas,
Yeah?
give me an endurance check.
Endurance is +4, plus my staff of. So 13 total. Let me make the roll. 17.
17. All right.
Yeah.
Lucia uses some distracting words about,
Yeah.
whatever Lucia says.
Probably insulting me.
As she's dead-eye making eye contact with you, she kind of just clicks it, which is, at first, it kind of would have been painful if it wasn't so distracting, right? And then basically gets it aligned, and then patches it up with a broken branch around with some bandages just to keep it straight. It kind of does the job for now.
Is it treated?
No.
It's not treated. Okay, interesting.
I mean, she's using a crooked stick and bandages. So
fair enough.
she would need to redo the procedure
But
properly.
it's stabilized?
It is kind of stabilized, yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, you
it's
can limp
negative.
on it.
Alright,
Ideally,
so
if you find something that you can use as a staff.
I have a poleaxe, no worries. So I'll slowly get up with a poleaxe. My apologies for that. I think I followed the wrong trail, and well.
Well, next time you see these big footprints, just keep an eye out.
Yes, I will. Good lord. Alright, let's follow the tracks that our good mage found.
Right, yes, they lead this way. Oh, yes, one other thing before we leave. If you look up there and I point towards the severed arm, you'll see what remains of our good Lord Strahd. Hopefully the
hold
rest
on.
of him is still alive.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything you can do with the arm, but feel free if
I
you need to take
was
it, Lucia.
Yeah, if the hold on.
Arm or hand?
Erland, maybe you might be.
I think it was the arm because there was part of the
Erland or
clothing.
Dorsch, maybe. You may be a bit or more athletic. I highly doubt. Arthas is quite feeling up to the task at this point.
to bring it down.
No,
Yeah.
pass.
If one of you gents would be so kind as to bring it down. I'd shoot it down, but maybe we're not.
We don't
keen
want to
doing
damage
that.
it anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, and
What do you need?
me
for that
being
then?
a frail old mage can't climb a tree, so
We
What do
just
you
need.
need for that?
Just
Would it be in reach if I get on the horse?
Oh,
Technically speaking, you'd be able to, given that the horse doesn't kind of move.
It doesn't move.
so you can try.
If you're
Unless
gonna
something
use,
scares
if you're
it.
gonna use the horse as a ladder or a stepping stool, you pray that it doesn't move.
I was gonna sit
Effectively
on the
hanging
horse.
yourself.
Sitting is not high enough now.
What's this?
Stand on
This
the
would be
horse.
what? Athletics?
If you attempt to climb the tree to
Yeah.
fetch it, yes, athletics to climb the tree.
I've got a 5.
I'm not the most athletic person,
I'm willing to
Fine.
give it a go.
surprisingly.
It's
I'll give it a
5
go.
plus. It's 5 plus dexterity, so whatever your dexterity stat is, you add that in.
Oh, that's a 8.
So 30, you have a plus 13, so.
Okay, so what do you need there? Basic roll?
So you roll me your athletics. You need to roll at least 3 times for that because it's a bit high up for you, Dorsh. Since you're a
Okay.
dwarf, given your stature.
So the first one's 21.
Yep, you start climbing that tree with ease.
Nice.
Let's see how we follow through.
17.
17 is going to be tough. The bark isn't exactly something you can create friction with at this point, but you manage, you find your footing. And the last one.
17 again.
Yeah, you climb onto that branch and you reach out to grab the severed arm which belonged to Strahd.
Okay. I will, like, kind of toss it down to the others, and then proceed to make my way down.
All right, give me 2 athletic checks. Going down is easier.
21.
All right, look at you, huh?
Monkey.
One
I mean,
more.
how far am I? I mean, if I had to take the risk of jumping down, what's the roll then?
You take 2d6 damage at this point.
Oh no, man, fuck that. Earn a 16.
Yep, you kind of slide it a bit down. You kind of wiggle your way trying to make sure you don't brush too much against it, but you manage to get yourself down in one piece.
There we go.
So with the hand down on the ground, Lucia would like go to it and maybe do some either healing hands / first aid or some alchemy checks on it to maybe.
Guys, we have the hand. We have the hand of Strahd.
Oh, good lord.
Now to find his book.
We got the reference.
I'd like to just maybe some alchemy or some healing hands to maybe try and preserve it a bit and stop the bleeding, hopefully.
Well, there is no bleeding at this point coming out of the
yeah,
hand,
point.
so it looks dried up almost from any blood, even the hue of the color. Strahd was already pale as it is. Getting any paler, it looks like the skin turned grey at this point on this thing. So if you wish to preserve it, yes, go ahead. I allow it.
So healing hands or alchemy?
Alchemy, please.
Before you said the hand was normal, or it was the elongated fingers and nails thing?
It has the talents.
It has talons.
Yeah.
Okay.
With 17, Lucia, you do find a way how to wrap it in whatever you have, knowing that the way you wrap it kind of preserves it from being damaged and so forth. The rotting, unfortunately, nothing you can do much about.
Well, we can at least return it to him. Maybe we can then do something with this and the rest of his body.
Is there anything we can do to tell what creature it is, though? Because yes, we can tell it's Strahd, but we don't know what it is yet. Yeah.
What is or what creature Strahd is?
Yeah.
Or we're saying what?
Well, he's
Yeah.
not mortal. That's what our Witcher told us.
Exactly. And
Definitely not.
The arm clearly isn't simply human.
You could always roll a monster lore if you want to examine it. Lucia will have to undo her roll and do it again.
Oh, then no, don't worry. But it's something to think about. We've just accepted this blindly at this point and just been like, this is Strahd's hand. This is not normal. Look at it.
Well, cash is cash.
What?
Well, cash is cash, so.
Fair. I just,
Right.
don't want this attacking me at some point.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we
I-
all don't want this attacking us at some point, and till now, there hasn't been signs of it wanting to attack us, especially since it is one of the people giving us the cash.
That's fair. You can hold on to it then. If it starts attacking, let us know.
Oh, you're saying the hand itself starts attacking on its own.
Yes. No, that's part of the joke being relayed now. Yes.
Okay, well,
Your sense of humor is very astute.
If the hand starts attacking, I know where to throw it at.
Yes. Yes. The Witcher. He can deal with those things.
I was gonna throw it at you, but okay.
Okay.
You guys are idiots. Just walks away.
I'm just watching him
And Mom-
shake his head, waiting in anticipation.
How has Lucia
Just-
preserved the hand? Is it still visibly a hand?
No, it looks like this elongated cylinder wrapped up thing.
Okay. Nonetheless, Lucia goes up to Erland and just whacks the hand on Erland's face.
How much damage from a scratch?
Can Erlen try to catch it?
You can definitely, yeah, you can definitely give me a brawling.
Brawling.
Yeah, which Lucia needs to contest with another brawl. No, actually with a melee, because you're using an item.
Okay. Guide me to where brawling is.
So that is gonna be
Reflex skill.
no,
Brawling.
Both
Yeah.
reflex skills,
First
actually.
Rolling.
one under reflex.
Okay. So would this be parry or block?
It would be parry.
Block. Parry. Wow.
Oof.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
Well,
my.
let's see what
Oh
happens.
my.
Reminds me of Cyberpunk.
As you as you see Lucia about to whack you with the hand, you mistakenly take the position of thinking it's gonna whack you in the head, as it kind of just makes its way onto the torso and knocks your wind out. Take 5 stamina off.
Okay.
Witchers, humans, lesser beings, all of you.
Wow. Is this how you treat your party members?
I believe you treat. I believe the
I
Koan.
I did treat the humans' wounds.
You almost gave one to me. Were you gonna treat those?
Yeah, if they came up.
That's kind of counterproductive, I think.
You live.
You know, wasting more time there.
When you don't die, you live. So
All right, come on, let's get moving, maybe. Let's try to see if we can find the rest, Strahd.
yeah, that's the whole reason we ever
Maybe
came here.
find
So.
some time so I can get my leg fixed up because I can't continue walking around with this cramped up leg.
At least you have a horse. You should be fine.
Yeah, someone's gonna
Yes,
have
I
to aid
do.
him get up on that with a physique check.
The Witcher will go and help him there.
Do I make a roll or something, or is it just he rolls?
He rolls to help you up.
All right.
18?
Yeah, with an 18, you kind of give him a boost, and he kind of just helps himself on.
I'll,
Keep
Man.
that leg straight there.
No worries, it wasn't the first time I had broken my leg, at least. Not since 15, 16 years ago, anyway.
it's okay. The cane suits you. The Witcher walks away.
Looked at his full act. Yes. Shakes his head. He goes as he throttles along.
So you follow the wooden remains in the dirt,
Mhm.
and sorry, the wooden remains. Why is the wooden wheels?
Yeah.
The wagon. That's what I'm looking for. The wagon wheels in the dirt, and you follow it, and it leads you pretty much out of the woods area.
Mhm.
and straight onto the path, and in front of you, you see the small village humming busily with people. You hear merchants screaming out prices of the day, children playing in the streets, as you see basically these markings collide with other markings of other carriages, in and out, left and right onto the path. But clearly, whatever was carrying Strahd, or at least you assume it was carrying Strahd, clearly went into the village. On top of a wooden post, you have the name Vallaki.
Oh. All right.
We're back to the same village that we went to during the night, or is it a different one?
During the night? No, during the night we went back to the original post, right?
We went up there to that village, and then we went south. So are we there, or is
So
it
yeah,
somewhere
it is the
Oh,
same.
yeah.
This is where you you crossed your path here and you went south. You're back at the same said village. Obviously, when you pass it was kind of coming close to dawn, but now at pretty much daylight, mid-morning time, it's buzzing with activity.
Okay. I guess this is where we need to go.
Seems like it. Lucia will turn around to Erland and I suppose Dorsch. Well, Erland, who knows? Maybe we might be able to ask around if maybe there's some sort of doctor's place. And Dorsch, you know, you might know your way around the shift press control underbelly.
Why? Is it
of
because
the-
he's
of
short?
the village. If you want to go there, yes. But I wasn't going there. I was going more from his outstanding talents,
Ah,
stature.
yes. It does help, though.
Every little bit counts.
Little.
Okay. Do we
Well,
head
people
in?
don't usually like witches, so finding a doctor might be a bit hard, but I'll try. They'll probably upsell us.
It's more locating him that you might be interested in, as most probably. And I just shake the arm in front of Erland's face, and most probably Strahd, if he's in the village, has been taken to some sort of doctor. So
Helen is
Right.
moving slightly away from the guy. Like, well, okay, you need to put that away at some point.
I'm not shaking it towards Erland, just left and right.
Okay. Still,
I'm gonna start
I
walking
don't think
to
the villagers
gate,
would like that sight.
just slowly walking away.
Walking away into the
Okay.
village.
Yes.
Okay.
Ireland will not gather, but follow suit on the horse slowly, and keep an eye out for any doctor signs, for any signs, anything.
As Clifford kind of starts walking away into the thing, and Erland just kind of brushes past him with the horse, you feel a tug from behind you and bringing you in close. A very young male individual, human, brings you in close. It's like, oh, you must be traveling. Love the staff, mate. Love the staff. Tell me, where do you come from?
Why? Who are you? Let go of me!
He immediately kind of swings himself from the back of your neck, bringing both hands in front of you, holding your shoulders. Oh, look at you, handsome fellow. Are you looking for some lucky lady? He winks. Or are you here for some
Clearly blind.
entertainment?
Doctors, do they count as entertainment where you're from?
It depends. Are you one to watch the show or just simply find the treatment and be the show?
Doctor, physician, medical help,
Yes.
hospital, tent of aid,
House of AIDS. But yes, people like to go.
even better.
People like to go and watch at the window from time to time. We're a bit of a curious bunch. Again, where you hail from?
I'm from around. Why do you need specifics?
When you say we, he sort of like hops from, shoulder to shoulder. It's like, we? There's more?
There's that damn horse walking by you. Can't you see it?
He looks back and says, oh, is that fellow with you, too? I thought he was just passing by.
Well, he has the advantage of a horse.
And so do they, it seems. Pointing behind you.
Don't leave me with him.
No worries. Look, sir, I know, good man. You wouldn't know of a good physician to treat wounds, and no, we're not here for entertainment, unfortunately. Just a bit of business. Understood?
Well, we might be here to entertain a bit, but
Maybe, but we have errands.
He kind of hops around Cliffern and makes his way over to Dorj. He's like, please tell me, here's your entertainment. We just love shorties here. They make the funniest kind of entertainment. Though,
Well,
a
this
bit
should be
of a blade around would definitely fix you up. We also have such people to do the job.
This guy who's talking is what?
He's a human.
Mhm.
He's dressed in very colorful clothing. Mix and match of unmatching colors. Yellow, purple, pink,
So a harlequin of sorts.
I mean, you could say so.
Sounds like a downline knockoff. Unless it is downline.
Let me see something. Give me a second. Do I take his words as jest, or am I...
offended.
Yeah, exactly. Am I
Because that's
deriving
how
an
I
insult
took
off
it. Yeah. I'm just waiting.
So let's.
Just waiting to just clamp the guy's mouth shut with a spell and see what happens.
So, give me a human perception.
No, human perception. This is 0 cents.
Okay.
A 12.
12. You take this as an offense.
Okay. How far is he from me?
Oh, he's pretty uncomfortably, closing the person's space boundaries.
Oh,
between
I
you
just grab him. How heavy or light does he look?
he looks average weight, so
I'm... what's that? 5. Strength would be body, yes?
Yep.
Okay,
Body
so
and physique.
Physique, so...
if you're intending to, what are you intending to do, Dorj?
Well, if I had, effectively, if I had the strength, I was going to lift him horizontally.
That's a physique check.
And kind of like, give him a, kind of like, who the fuck do you think you are telling me to shave and blah, 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 blah,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll do a physique to see how this works.
All right.
It's a natural.
Oh!
There you go, 24. Wow,
Nice.
that's 10, the opposite of that. Nice.
You
So,
are
okay, so I do that.
enraged.
I grab him from the scruff of his neck. Think Ultimate Warrior Press. So he kind of grabs the person. up like that. But I do that horizontally. So I grab one hand from the scruff of his neck, one hand like kind of like the gut, so it's a gut stroke
Yeah.
ball groin region, and just go. Who do you think you're telling me to save, lad?
This is fun.
He kind of looks down at you and he goes like, "Oh, not the funny one, but the Mr. Strong guy, right? What is it, Mr. Muscle? Is that who you are? It explains the beard."
Anyone else want to take a whack at him? Kind of can't move.
I don't
No?
Well, if the man apologized, we could do so. But if the man kindly apologizes to a good friend, then we can be on our way to our business.
Actually, whilst I've got him in this position, it dawns on me that he can't really
Move.
do anything but answer my question.
What is, your competence is 50. Okay, yeah, you're okay. So
So I'm gonna bring him down,
okay.
kind of like to eye level, and go. We're looking for a friend who passed through in the cart this morning. Do you know where he is?
Well, you sound rather vague. Maybe, you could kind of trigger my memory.
Oh, in that case, I hoist him up
Oh.
and like, kind of turn my arms to look like I'm going to toss him.
Right. So roll me an intimidation.
Does he get bonus because he's strong? He's like fucking lifting him.
Oh shit, 11.
Right. The guy kind of uses the same momentum to hop off and turns round, jumps up onto his feet, turns around and is like, "Sorry, mates, don't know who you're talking about, but enjoy your stay in Vallaki." As he, showingly just throttles away onto the sides of the streets towards a building.
Which building is he walking to?
Sorry?
And we still?
Which building is he walking to?
It would be
Is it any building,
any
or
building.
is it?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
He's just aimlessly walking towards, kind of
Okay.
whatever position his legs threw
A
him.
random how?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we still don't
He
know
kind of
where
he
the
kind of
Sultan's
just
house
greets
is.
he greets one of the
Well-
women doing the washing on the side, like doing the laundry. It's like, "Hey Gloria, looking pretty as ever." She's like, "I'm married." "Right you are." You hear him as he keeps walking off.
I'm guessing he's the town jester. Well, in any case, maybe there's another kind villager here who could help us out. And he's going to actually. I will have Arfis. He's going to go to is there like a villager who's tending to like? Are there bunch of villagers out at this time of day?
Yeah.
A sane person though this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually look toward the woman who actually asked is Gloria.
Okay.
Greetings, milady. Do you want to be able to care for an old man's word or queer questions?
Listen, be about your business, will you?
I will. I'm just only asking if you have a local physician or a doctor around here. One of my old bones got struck hard.
Yeah, if you just go past the inn, you should find a physician there.
All right. Thank you very much, and have a great day to you.
Ah.
And he'll sort of follow those directions.
Erland, we quickly cut off to you as you throttle down the street paths. Children are making play onto the streets as you approach. They kind of back away, looking up at you. It's like, "Oh, horsey," and it's like, "Oh, I really wish I had a pony. Yeah, my dad can't afford it." And you're hearing all these kind of talks from the children. You hear clanking of metal on the side as you see a blacksmith just working his way around what seems to be like farmer tools in production. As you throttle along down the streets.
It's just dripping blood from its throat. Poor guy. Yeah. So, doing a quick scan, can I see any type of indication of a medical building tent house, as the other guy mentioned?
So give me a deduction check as you're kind of scanning through like different buildings, identifying what they would be. Some are houses, others seem to, just be empty facilities. Right. You pass the inn, and on to the side you notice that hanging from two poles and a piece of thread in between seems to be certain cloth linen used to wear as a physician. It would be a sanitary thing. The scent that you pick up from it is alcohol, spirit, clearly for sanitization. So you kind of do 1 + 1, say this is probably someone with a medical background.
Okay. So I'll walk up to this person. I'll say, "Are you open for business today?"
There's no person outside. It's just you're seeing the building and the materials being hung.
Can I check if it's open?
You could.
I'll get off the horse, open the door.
So the door is unlocked as you swing the door open. You find many herbs kind of lying around in shelves, which kind of make up sections of the house, which are clearly being used instead of walls to separate it into like rooms. And between the shelves onto your right, you notice there is a elderly person dressed pretty much in something like white-ish gray, rather clean. The scent of spirit and alcohol hits you as you see him working on someone.
So they're busy.
The individual is currently in the process of attending to a patient, yes.
Okay, he'll mutter under his breath, okay, they're open. He'll just go back out and walk away because he doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Okay.
And he'll go back to the group.
Right, so as you throttle back, you notice Arthas kind of bidding good morning to a woman as he turns back to the party and kind of directs them down across the inn as you meet.
I found you a doctor, Arthas. Let's go.
Oh, great. All right. Well, at least a place to do it. We already have a doctor with us, but
A lazy one, apparently.
Busy? Is he at work? Or they are at work?
They are busy, but that means they're open. So let's
All
go
right.
wait in line, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll, I guess, stop near the house and wait.
Mhm.
Wait to see the patients finished.
Lucia goes in. Fucking wait.
Okay.
So
Lucia
Lucia,
goes in, bow on the back, hand in hand, and
okay. So the physician kind of is explaining to the patient to take a specific herb that he is clearly handing over to said individual, a male. Make sure you consume this at least twice a day, once in the morning and one before you go to bed. Make sure you don't have an empty stomach when you do so, or it's going to upset you. Right, that'll be just 15 pieces of gold, please.
with a cursory look as to the person and what he's giving out, could I maybe make out what he's handing her out and for what?
So give me a first aid check, I guess, unless you have anything special.
So healing hands, because I can replace first aid with healing hands.
Okay, sure.
Nope.
Oof.
It's very difficult to see what he's handing, seeing that you're kind of seeing all of this in between shelves and stuff. So it obscures your vision. As you kind of try to make, as you move closer and all that, you don't notice that you step onto what's you notice to be a cat from its screech as you notice you stepped on its tail, which startles both of them. Like, pardon me, like I'm rather busy right now, but I'll be with you shortly. Do mind the cat.
Just sighs and goes to the side.
As you see the exchange of gold happening, and he walks him out of the door. Now, remember, I must see you next week. We need to look at that and make sure the dressings are cleaned again. Closes the door and looks straight at you. It's like, right. You're not from around here, and definitely not one of us.
No,
Uh,
I am not one of the town, but I might be one of you, in the sense I'm also a doctor, but more to the point.
right.
We're currently in look for someone who seems to have come in here by cart, and he's missing a limb, a hand to be precise. I don't know if he's been in here.
He came in a day ago. Yes. He was muttering something about a Lady Tatiana.
That's the one.
Badly wounded. I believe he said something about him being Lord Stradovich.
Yep. He's the one we're after.
Right. Not
He's
the most charming
not our quarry.
fellow.
Not our quarry. Not our quarry, but he's, you could say, our patron.
Is that so? Well, whatever arm he's missing, clearly he managed to replace it himself.
Ah?
Yes.
Then it seems we don't need to keep this in hand.
Good. By the gods. Elf, what is that? What do you mean?
This is his severed arm. Maybe we could have used it to reattach, but since you're saying he's already got one...
Yes, it would seem he is of vampiric nature.
Good to know.
Well, from my professional opinion, that is. What he is exactly, as there are many types of vampires, I'm pretty sure you know, I'm not sure. Maybe he's a Brushka or something. You never know. In any case, we helped him, patched him up as best as we can as he regrew his arm. He's currently resting inside the inn.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. And we also have, as seeing as this is your fine establishment, one of my cohorts yesterday, or not yesterday, earlier today,
Was it
he
yesterday? Was it earlier today? Timing is important.
earlier today, just like a couple of hours ago,
Right.
he fell in a hole and sprained his ankle, the idiot. I patched him up, but you know, being out in the open, we don't really have much resources. Maybe we might be able to use your operating table to clean him up better.
What do you mean use your operating table? Do you not need me to facilitate the operation?
If you're willing to help, yes, but
At a fee,
you're
of
not-
course.
what would be the fee of just renting the table then, and not you?
Well, just renting my table, as long as you don't make a mess out of things, a simple 10 golden coins would do.
And with you included in that would increase too?
I would say add another 20 on top of that, so 30 in total. You are talking about a sprained ankle after all.
Yes, and I was able to patch it up quite nicely, but
Well,
you know,
you don't know if it is broken, if the smaller bones are displaced or anything like that. It needs to be checked entirely.
that is why I
Maybe
want
it
the
needs
operating
amputation,
table.
you never know.
That is the reason for the table, to have a clearer check and better understanding of what is wrong with his leg.
Right. In the name of the Lord of Light, you can bring him in. We'll have a look. Would you like me to assist for the extra charge or not?
I'll let you know when he's in. We'll confer and check on him if needs be.
Very well.
And Lucia will head out to Arfis, let Arfis know, and the party that Strahd is in the inn round back. He's been there from yesterday.
Great. And can we
And-
use his facilities?
Yeah, we can either just rent the table, but if we wanted to pay extra, he can aid us as well in checking you.
He's gonna pull out some coins like I'll pay. I believe I can trust you with your hands, so I'll pay just for the table.
We'll go with the table then. And Arfis and Lucia head back in, unless someone else wants to join.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the rest of you can go search for Strahd. At least see to make sure that he's okay and that he knows we're in the area.
Or if you want, there's the window for entertainment.
Apparently so. I'll tie the horse in your area and I'll walk in with Lucia and
So what does Erlen,
Lucia.
Dorj, and Clairfin do then?
Ireland will go to Lucia and be like, "Can I have the arm? You might want it."
Yeah, it seems he regrew his, but yeah, have the arm.
He grew his arm.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
that's so
doctor
weird.
said that he's some sort of vampire of sorts, maybe a bruja or something. But
Brooks.
when he came in yesterday, they were helping him, patching him up, and whilst he was regrowing the arm, so he might not need it, but might as well return it to him.
Vampire.
Knowing that information, would I be able to do another check to figure out what he is? Knowing that he's a vampire, he can regrow his arm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
With your training, monster
this is my
lore.
professions. Witcher training.
Okay.
23.
$23, right?
Yeah.
Right. For a vampire to regrow at such an accelerated speed, there's no mistaking it. He is a higher vampire.
So Ireland would be like, no wonder the dragon had issues with him. He's a higher vampire. We do not want to trifle with him. Okay, let's go find him, and I guess he won't be needing this. Do you want it? Or maybe we should give it to him. I don't know.
I mean, might as well
I'll-
hand
I'll
it
keep
to him
it.
now.
I like the pun there. Yes, let's hand it to him.
Sure. Okay, let's see where he is. Hopefully he's in a talking mood.
Alright. So you head over to next door and you kind of walk into the inn. It's buzzing with people playing Gwent, other people discussing things about the ongoing affairs of Queen Tatiana taking over. You hear a mumble jumble of stuff. There's brawling in the corner, and obviously in front of you stands in the center of the facility the bar. The barman looks pretty busy pouring out what seems to be vodka for three gentlemen that are clearly gesturing at the fight and mocking the individual who is losing in the brawl. This is the activity going on. Funnily enough, still no jester in sight or no bard.
That's good. That's good. Is the bartender free?
He's just serving the 3 shots of vodka, and he's...
Can I flag him down once I get to the bar?
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. You bring his attention, and he comes closer. He's like, "What's your poison?"
Nah, no poison. Strahd, is he in a room or is he somewhere in here?
What? No, I don't know any Strahd here.
Do you have people staying in your rooms? Do you offer such a service?
At a price, yes.
Right. Have you had one recently missing an arm?
What an odd request. No.
Well, but a specific one. Okay.
Well,
maybe one with a fresh looking arm? I don't know.
what? Right. No.
Look, a bit hard to miss. Long black hair, slender fellow, tall.
Right. He came in
Here.
crumbling in here, looking pretty, well, beaten down, I would say.
Like he would have be missing an arm, yes?
Well, he was clutching onto one, but not a missing limb in sight, may I add.
Oh, that's good.
If it is that same fellow, he wishes not to be disturbed, and he paid a pretty coin to make sure that doesn't happen. So, I'm not one to upset my customers.
Right. I would like to rent a room, please. And I smile at him.
Alright. Roll deception. That is a thing, right?
I'm looking for it.
Deceit.
It
Yeah,
will-
deceit.
Deceit, yeah.
It's under what?
Under
Empathy skills.
Empathy, deceit.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's a 15 on my end. It's giving you a
Wow,
weary
no.
eye. Alright. He looks you dead in the eyes like, I wasn't born yesterday, Oli. I know what you're up to. He said, do not let anyone disturb me. I'm not letting you have a room.
Fine. I don't need a room. Where are they?
They.
The rooms. Listen, I'm going to just make one thing very, very clear. That same man that paid you has paid us to guard him. Clearly something went wrong. We need to find him now.
Right, that doesn't sound like it's my problem now, is it? You could
No,
either,
it's not.
you could wait here and entertain yourself. As you can see, pretty much everything's going around here. Gwent fights, you take your pick. Or sit outside and wait till he comes out himself.
Has he paid you in full yet?
Right. I'm guessing you
No.
don't want any poison and you just want talking, eh? Listen, talking doesn't get me coin and it's starting to really get on my nerves. So you either buy something or pay up for more information.
I mean, looking at the state of the place, the alcohol's probably cheaper anyway. Let's see. What doesn't look like water? One beer.
The water doesn't look like water.
I order water.
How
The
packed is
water
this
doesn't
place?
look like water. I love that.
Alrighty. Well. So what, one beer is it?
Yeah, sure.
I really don't like your attitude, old man.
Well, neither do I when I have people stopping me from doing my job. You're doing yours. I just paid you.
Alright. So that'll be 8 gold.
It's an expensive beer, but sure.
Yeah. He lowers down and immediately pours what seems to you like the biggest glass you've ever seen of 2 pints worth of beer.
Okay.
And he kind
That's
of
good.
slams it down as the froth kind of topples over and slides it over to you. Right. So yeah, I've seen the fellow. Strahd, you say his name is? I don't care. He said not to be disturbed. Now, if you
Right.
say you want to talk to him, what I could do is very simple. You match what he's offering me in gold and you can talk to him and I can say, hey, they beat you to your price. Or you could just simply adhere to what I said earlier, which I don't like to repeat myself.
You're right. You're right. Let me, speak to my colleagues for a second.
Yeah, take it.
I turn round and motion to Dorch. You're there, yeah?
Yeah, because I was just going to ask something, which as
Yeah.
we were having that conversation, is how busy is this place?
Pretty busy.
Okay, let me not metagame here. Did I hear that conversation?
Well, I would imagine that the three of you kind of approached.
Went in
So
together.
yeah,
Whilst would have entered the place together, my mind. This is why I don't want. I'm trying to avoid metagaming. Is that I wouldn't have obviously. I don't think we would have gone, like all three of us at the bar simultaneously. I think probably Clifford would have gone. Maybe one and say two of us. The other two would have stood back, kind of looking around, and then, if you like, after Clifford spending like say 2 or 3 moments where he don't look like he's being successful.
Given given the busyness of the place, Clifford and the bartender would have to raise their voice a bit. So the discussion, if you were to intentionally eavesdrop onto
Yes.
it, you can hear it.
Okay, so when I hear the conversation going nowhere,
Mhm.
can I scan the room to see, like, where these rooms could possibly be, and being short enough to kind of
Give me an awareness
Nip-
check. Yeah.
Awareness? No, it's fumble by 1.
At your height and currently with the ongoing activity, it seems like it's impossible to find where potentially these rooms could be. Not to mention, a guy actually steps in front of you, blocking your sight, as he seems to be gesturing over to one of his mates at the far back, trying to tell him, listen, gotta go, wife waiting for me, I should be in the fields.
Let me be a real opportunist here. Does he have anything on him?
Well, he has a pouch, definitely.
Yeah, let me sleight of hand that.
Alright, go for it.
19.
Yeah. He's so distracted, you pull the pouch off him, realizing that it's also light in weight. As you open up, you disappointingly see just 6 pieces of gold just in there.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. Though less than a beer, just so you know.
Oh well. But still.
So Clifford turns round to Dorsch, and what was that going on?
Oh, right. I just motioned to him. Just so at least he can hear me while we speak.
Okay.
Well, Strahd is clearly here. The bartender won't let up on the location. Maybe you can sneak round back, see if you find any of the rooms. Are there any clear indication of where the rooms would be? Are there multiple doors in the room? Is there only one door leading out? What's the layout?
Give me an awareness check.
I can't see, lad. I'm too short.
Yes, hence why I'm trying to help. Maybe we can find him with your skills.
The man who stood in front of Dorch lets out a loud burp and is like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm out.
I got it.
no!
The breath of that like sour alcohol hits you as you try to look around. It's like,
Water dies. I just like can't see. Okay, this isn't going to help. I can't see shit either now. Maybe just wander around a bit, get a lay of the land. Maybe we'll find somewhere.
Ireland,
And
would you like to
hopefully
try?
the Witcher can deal with the barbarian.
Yes. 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 The Witcher will give it a go, shaking his head at these two numbskulls.
Numbskulls,
It's a
initiative
21.
takers.
As you see your comrades just kind of being completely useless at this point. You scan the room, and what brings your attention is the brawling. It would seem that all of a sudden one of them kind of manhandles the other into a headlock and slams him against what seems to be the back of a wooden staircase. Clearly, there's only one way to get to the rooms: past the brawl and up the stairs. Unfortunately, the brawl situation is there's a couple of spectators cheering them on, and there is obviously a bookie just taking bets. The fight continues despite the headlock and the slam into it. Ireland.
Okay, well, you guys are dicking around. The entrance is over there. Stairs, only one way up. There's a lot of spectators. I'm sure Dorsh you can sneak through. I'm gonna get a beer. And he goes to get a beer.
You can take mine. I'm not drinking that water.
Water. Take a sip. Is it bad?
As you take a gulp of it into your mouth and kind of just let it sit there before you take it in, it is watered down. So, what's supposedly, because you could almost get a hint that it is somewhat supposedly good beer, but clearly to supply for the demand, it's been watered down. How this thing was frothing, you have no idea.
Erland will go to the bartender and ask him, sorry, excuse me, how much is a non-watered down beer? Because this one is not so good. I'll hand it to him.
Are you saying I cheated you? He gives you a lie. It's like, you lots, eh? Traveling here, thinking you know better just because you just came across from wherever part of the continent you come from. I'm telling you, that's good beer.
I spent years honing my senses. I'm quite sure there's a lot of water in that beer. And I'm not sure what you use for the froth. I'm a bit worried about that.
Oh. He looks at you and he's like, right, freak. That would be 6 gold, but you're only getting 1 pint. Not watered down. And he kind of leans in and is like, fine, not watered down beer, but keep it on the low. These people don't know any better, and they're clearly intoxicated enough not to know.
I'll take 2, and I'll pay.
Right.
Accordingly. Thank you. And no funny business. I will smell it.
Right. He kind of goes over to the keg, and then, unlike Clifford, which came from underneath the bar, he goes up to the keg and fills up 2 mugs, slams them down in front of you. There. The beer you asked for, and the gold you promised. Pay up.
I hand him the gold.
Right. Dorsh.
Chill. And I'll pass one of the beers to
Clifford.
the wizard.
Oh,
Clifford.
Yeah. Thank you.
This should not be watered down. I did not taste it yet, so.
Well, we can try. Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Is it watered down? Okay.
No, okay, at least.
Good rich beer.
Perfect.
Don, I have a quick question about hexes.
Oh, good lord. They are easy to cast because you just simply reduce the stamina, and it happens. To remove them, you have to go through all the writing in the removal of the hex.
No, well, yes, that's very good to know. What I was gonna ask is, um, does the receiver of it realize that he's had a spell cast on him, given that he's a non-magic user?
No.
No? I just slowly down my beer as I stare at the guy and cast the Eternal Itch,
Oh
just for
no!
being such a
Oh
fucking dick.
no!
Let's see if it actually works though. Or it just happens,
It
you
just
don't roll for
happens.
anything.
It just
Oh, that's
happens.
even better. Ah,
As you, well, quote unquote, your action
Look at the
down
location.
and
yeah.
location.
Inflamed, itchy pus
Third
used to
line.
grow on the subjects.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then and the only way they remove this is by making some ashes on them.
It'll be a fun time for this guy.
Wow. And there's no time. It happens.
It happens, and it's just
Amazing.
there.
Amazing.
the eternal itch causes inflamed itchy pustules to grow on the subject's genitals. The itchy does not damage, but it causes a noise and causing a negative one to all tasks. Oh, good lord! Nice.
But at least, it's an annoyance. I'm not damaging a person. Like, I'm morally guilt-free.
Yeah, and you kind of notice as you cast it, he just that one-off like itch happens first
Yeah.
as he goes along his way, and then it's like goes at it again. It's like that didn't quite get it, like, and that's kind of going on until eventually it's just like this irritation. It's like I can't stop. What the?
Okay. I'm happy with this. This is good beer.
I think the episode is titled "The Eternal Itch."
Okay. I look around in the hopes that Dorch is going to manage to, snake his way and find shit.
Or what do you want me to do? And then what do I
Well-
need to navigate the brawl and upstairs?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're probably the one that might get, least noticed.
Don, what do you want from me to attempt to navigate this?
So that is going to require you to give me a form of stealth. So where is it? Yeah, stealth under dexterity. Give me a stealth.
25.
Right, you just go along your way, merrily just pacing around, bringing no one's attention, don't hit anyone around you, and as you come to the brawl, you kind of go along, rotating around, it's like, oh yeah, good job, like, and as you kind of take a blind corner and you head up the stairs and no one even knows that you did anything. They didn't even acknowledge your presence, which sometimes is a sad thing because it's quite common.
I didn't even notice you go up, and I was looking at you.
Exactly. It's like, no, you see him. No, you don't.
Yeah, and he's gone.
Come on. So, up the stairs. What do I see?
Mind you, you exploded on that, huh?
There you go.
So as you climb the stairs, really and truly, what you see is just 3 doors here.
Okay.
One that seems to be a larger room than the other two. The other two seems to be small. You could only tell because clearly whoever designed the place left a wood mark of the separation of the wall between the 2 doors, which was clearly installed kind of on a later date. So yeah, but both all three doors are closed. You can't really see inside.
Okay, knowing Strahd, I suspect he's probably going to be in the bigger room, or
Okay.
the biggest of the rooms. So I'll go up to that door and kind of like listen in, as in, do I hear anything on the other side of it?
Give me a deduction check. It's part of your intelligence, so it's
Yeah.
further up.
14.
With a 14, as you try to isolate whatever background noise is coming from downstairs and isolate your attention solely onto the room, you hear nothing.
Okay. How's the handle? Is it a lever? Is it a turn?
It's a knob.
A knob?
Bronze of nature.
I'm just thinking, is there a way in which I can like look at the lock, without even without having to turn the handle? Can I look at the lock and know if it's locked or unlocked?
As you, seeing the time of day, you try to find like perhaps a shadow of a lock in between the door and the thigh of the door.
Yeah.
And you notice that it is not locked.
It's not locked. Okay. I will do this. Okay, so I will go flush against the door and turn the handle as slow as possible. And once I kind of hear that click, that the lever's gone out of the door, I will kind of like stick my head around it.
How far do you open? Like just a head's peek, an eye peek?
Yeah, just enough to kind of scan the middle of the room to see like I'm basically looking for a bed, and then so my thought process is if he's in this room, he's on a bed.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a bed, and then if there is a bed,
So it's
a
just
figure on
kind of
the bed.
the whatever view you can get from this angle, right?
Yep.
So as you open and peer, you see three beds, one of which is currently occupied by a child, it would seem, that is currently playing with what seems to be a handmade wooden rag doll.
Okay.
So wooden would be the arms and the legs from what you can see, and the rag is just the dress and the head,
Right.
along with perhaps hay to make for hair, and she's just playing with it, just talking to it lightly, and she doesn't notice you at all. This, from what you can see, even from the clothing that's kind of lying around the room, what's in the room, clearly this is the quarters of whoever owns the establishment.
Okay. So I will very slowly close that door, and I turn to the next biggest door, next biggest room then, or what appears to be the next biggest room.
Okay. So as you open that door, which is also unlocked,
Okay.
you peer in, and snoring on the bed is a man of a larger stature. His back is towards you. Not Strahd.
It's not.
No.
Okay. So again, close that.
Okay.
And then. Okay, so with this particular, so if you like, I'm down to the last room now, right?
Correct.
Okay, so again, I'm going to listen into the door first before opening it.
Okay. Give me a deduction check again.
Yep. Nothing but a 15.
Yeah, unfortunately, the snoring next door, now that you've picked it up, is kind of evident. And yeah, so nothing that you could hear in this room either.
So again, I check, is
This
the door
one is
locked?
locked, yes. This one is locked.
Okay, so in that case, I bring out my thieves' tools
Ooh.
and I attempt to pick the lock. Does thieves' tools
It's
give...
pick lock. No, it's just the fact that you have the tools to do that. It doesn't give you any benefits.
Okay, so without it, obviously I couldn't do it.
Exactly.
That's an 18.
18. The clunking of the metal is a bit audible, but not too much,
Okay.
as you manage to unlock the door.
Okay. Before I open it, I'm going to take a moment just to listen out again.
Okay. Nothing any different from what I said before.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so again, the slow as possible now, move this handle until I hear like that click,
Okay.
and then again I just peer the door open till I'm just looking at a bed.
You see Strahd himself lying down, face up. Seems to be asleep.
Okay. And he's whole.
Yeah.
As in 2 arms, 2 legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a different attire on, completely. A bit less nobly-ish than what you used to seeing him.
I would expect that. I mean, as in he's probably had to change clothing whilst in town. I'm pondering because I've got 2 courses of action here. I either go in there and wake him up, or go down to the others and tell the others where he is.
Wake Strahd up, yes.
Hmm?
Yes, go wake Strahd up.
Oh, I am a fairly intelligent fella, so I'm not going to... Okay, so in that case, I am not going to do the dumb move. If anything, I close the door again, relock it, and I go down to the others.
Okay. Give me a pick lock.
Oh dear. Oh, pick lock. $21.
Yeah, it was so much easier to lock this thing than to unlock it.
Expected.
Right.
Expected. But obviously, I again, scoot down the stairs. Actually, as I scoot down the stairs, I will stop because if you like, so if I had to join the others, I would have to go down the stairs, past the brawl, and join the others, right?
Yeah.
Rather than so say taking the necessary extra step, as I scoot down the stairs, I'm going to look out to where the other 2 are and see if I can gain their attention.
You would need to kind of pop over the edge of the stairs that kind of separate from the floor, and so just to remain at a certain height. So
But kind of like, would I be able? But kind of like what I'm saying is, instead of having to make my way down,
you want to bring their attention, right?
Yeah.
So kind of like
Exactly.
a wave
Just
or...
lean over the banister.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I
Exactly.
meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. As you're gesturing around, so I need Erland and Clifford to give me an awareness check, while Dorsh, you give me a performance check.
Performance.
Awareness, you said?
Yes, please.
Help me out. Performance is where?
Under empathy, there's like a line under seduction, there's fine arts, and performance.
Ah, performance. Okay. So this is just a generic check.
Yeah.
A 6.
Right. So, as you at first go like, waving around really badly. Not only does it bring the attention of Erland and Clifford, but it distracts one of the guys in the brawl, going like, "What's waving above me?" And the other guy straight in knocks him on the temple, sending him flying KO. As the bookie comes over and cheers him, you know, Dundabane, champion. As people
So,
clap and so on. So yeah, Clifford and Erland, like everyone else, kind of.
kind of like once I get their attention, I gesture
Mhm.
up the stairs, and I do this.
I nod at him for now. Should we join him and go upstairs?
Might as well try. I'm finished my beer anyway, so.
Right. Yes, the beer. Right. We follow him.
All right. We cut scene to Lucia, Arfis, and the other medical individual as they are currently on the table, and the other medical individual is looking at it after undoing it, throws the twig straight out of the window, whatever you were using, stick that was crooked, as he's examining you and he's feeling around. Arfis?
No, we didn't pay for services. We just
No?
we just paid for the table. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
just
just
for
the
the
table.
table. Okay, sorry.
I paid for the 10 crown. I paid him the 10 crowns of gold to him. Like,
apologize. Right. I thought there was the extra payment, but
Nope.
anyways. Okay, so
I have a trusted doctor.
Lucia, do what you gotta do. Arfis,
Yeah,
give me give me an endurance check for whatever Lucia is about to do. Lucia?
So that is small blades, yes?
Oh God, no! Don't stab me in the leg.
Amputate.
17. Endurance.
So healing hands, yes?
Yes, please.
For treatment?
Yep. 20. Working perfectly in good lighting, table, and using what you need around you, you manage to actually tend to his ankle. So this has been treated, Arfis, not healed, but
I have to let some time pass, right?
as long as you don't strain on it, you should be fine. Lucia would
Alright.
say, I guess.
Alright.
If you strain it next time, I've got this dagger ready.
Please don't have to stab it.
No, no need to stab. It was gonna be more of a clean cut.
No. Fine. Yeah, this old man needs his peace anyway.
Yeah. Just something to look forward to if you strain it.
Right. Old elf, if you're quite done, I have another patient waiting.
Thank you for letting us use your table, good doctor.
Good health to you.
I'll be fine. And
Uh,
yeah, and just to confirm, Don, basically with this wound, it's going to take 1 day to heal? Because it's a simple wound?
So, as long as you don't strain it, in a
Yep.
day, it should kind of pass.
Alright. So I'll walk with Lucia outside. Not very much for that, and now we have to go find where the others have went to the inn, I guess.
yes, might as well see what they're up to.
Hopefully nothing that haven't been started by them.
Well, wouldn't put that past our criminal and the Witcher.
Well, let's see. And I will take the horse. We'll go to the inn
Okay.
using my poleaxe walking stick for now.
So, you trundle slowly, making sure you don't strain, almost with a bit of a limp to the hop over to the inn.
And also, I'm gonna have like a bag cover the Pollack, so it's just like it's just
You hear a woman from the side of the building. Lucia? Is that you? Lucia, old
Um,
friend. It's been a long time. As she steps forward, this old woman, but that seems to, despite her age, still looks pretty fair, well kept, and pretty healthy. As she steps over, what are you doing this far?
Well, business is business, and I'm currently employed by one. Hold on. One Strahd von Sarovich is the husband of the Lord here, Miss Lady Tatiana. And
Oh,
we're
is that
current,
so?
yeah, we're currently looking for him as he went missing. Well, missing. He's been abducted by a dragon, and we found out that he should be currently resting in this inn.
Ah, always the busy Lucia. I must say, you
Well,
are quite a reliable one, so I'm not surprised that he has hired you. And who is this handsome fella right here, looking at Arthas?
he gives Jack a hand, and I've been calling that since my 30s. I am Arthas, Miss.
So, Lucia, what was the name of your female friend?
Hold on. That wasn't the name. Man, hold on, let's get one.
Name generator.
Yep.
Amancia.
What is she, race-wise?
She is a human
Regular human.
female.
I guess human.
Name generator.
I mean, if you're looking for a human, even baby names is enough.
Oh.
Because it's
Oh,
just
yes,
names.
there's a specific site for fantasy name generation.
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. It's
Alright.
human.
Would you like some help from here? I got my own fancy name generator app here, so
Females. And she's oldish.
Yeah.
Yeah, has to be. So,
She's- It's Betty.
no. Iana.
Iana.
yeah.
Iana Mai.
Iana Mai. Good Arthas. As she stretches out a hand.
He'll gracefully take it and like give a bit of a very slow shake, just to not. I am along with her as the traveling companion, but I suppose you two know each other from the past.
Oh, yes.
And quick question: when she speaks in common dialect, I imagine.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Okay.
She's,
All right.
she's clearly a Nordling, so.
Nordling. Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Okay,
So
I've known her literally for all my life.
yes. So I say, well, I've just been traveling with her. I say another part of our compatriots, and just letting you know, Dons, I'm always speaking in this sort of weird elder speech tongue. Like I'm still talking in common, but there's the
yeah.
accent. The accent is there. Yeah. Especially because these guys like old.
Right. You see, Lucia and I never. Well, we did a long time not seeing eye to eye until I needed her help, and she came through, despite our differences, and I owe her a great deal. Unfortunately, I'm not. How shall I say? She's my ex. Long story short.
I see. I see.
Like I said, I've literally known her all my life and quite some time, but we had some
Well, we all had a
issues.
Issues? I'm sorry, Lucia, you publicly humiliated me. What are you on about? Do you know what they call me back where I come from now?
You were humiliated.
Yeah.
If I recall how this came down, I was the one humiliated. I was the one wronged.
Oh, please. Just because you're an elf. This doesn't mean that it revolves always around you. All this petty... What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, but you.
Well, Eddie, well, I believe we all have our differences, but I do not know your story, so I don't want to butt into the situation, milady. It was, I don't think there's any other problems there right now. Am I right?
Yeah, well, time heals everything, and 8 years tends to do that.
Spoken like a true doctor. Things of the heart, Lucia, doesn't always heal, not even with time.
Well,
In
depends
any
what
case.
things of the heart.
Now you see why we are no longer courted. Office, it's been a pleasure, dear. Lucia, this might be the last time I see you. Take care now.
Well, it was nice bumping into you.
Have a good afternoon to you, my lady. And I just heard Lucia. Courtship, I see.
Yes, we tend to start at a very young age.
And what happened? What was this disagreement between lovers?
Yeah, there was, we were lovers at very, very young, before everything, and as she mentioned, there was this like humiliation, most stemming from human and elf, and
Yes,
both,
yeah, I
both
know.
female. It's not the norm, but
Common.
yeah.
I understand.
But as far as I recall, the problems all started from her end.
I wonder what she's doing so far up down here.
Sounds like every relationship. She did it. No, she did it.
Well, I'm gonna say I will say at least it seems that even though you have your disagreements, at least you have no issues so far. At least they're still alive and not dead by their own hands.
Yeah, no. We, she knows what I was worth, and after those years apart, well, she did hire me because she had a job to do, and you've witnessed my prowess with the bow and my skills with my hands. She knows my handwork firsthand.
I see. He just says that, and he turns to see and goes, She's from the north, though, right? Better odd that she's brought down.
Yes,
down here.
She's from the Northern Kingdoms.
Quite far to be in this area.
A bit, but well, we always tend to roam a bit to find work, and so it is a bit far off. But then again, where is too far off?
Well, I would say I would be far off, but I won't have to get into my own history on that matter.
Are you talking outside the door or have you walked into the inn? I'm just curious.
I think we're walking towards you. We're just having a chat.
Okay.
Where was she? Inside or outside the inn?
She was outside the inn, kind of in the corner.
Oh, okay, so most probably we would have been talking while it's going in.
Yeah, slowly.
So at this point, yeah, you see the commotion going on. People playing Gwent, people gesturing, and so far. In the meantime, where the brawl was happening, from your point of view at this point of time, he's just looking for the next fighter to book in. Any takers, and shouting on that corner. The barman once again is just going around, just pouring whatever drinks is being ordered and taking the coin accordingly. Very busy, very active.
Can I see the three are here?
No, they're not
Yeah.
there.
No.
Yeah, can I? So can we don't see any one of our companions?
Not at this entrance point, no. However, you can definitely give me an awareness check to see if you spot them.
I will. I will do so.
No.
12.
I cannot see them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 12.
Right. So you don't manage to spot Clifford and Ireland. However, you do see an individual with a hairy face kind of going like... just keep performing to get them to come closer, and you notice it was Dorsch above the brawling area on the staircase. He doesn't see you, by the way. He's gesturing to someone in the crowd.
Okay, so we can see Torch. We can see Torch.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright,
at
I'm gonna
least
point.
one of them is there.
Yeah, I heard the others though. Maybe they're lost in the crowd. Well, let's go and see what they found.
Yeah, I think best head off towards the brawling area. Seems like if he's calling onto them, they're heading that way.
Alright. Let's go then.
So Erlen and Clifton...
And I don't suggest you join.
leg.
because of the leg.
The leg.
If you want to, we can always patch you up again, but might as well leave that to our younger fellows.
Yes. Alright, very well then. Well, let's sit by the bar. Maybe I can. I feel like I just want to see what's going on around these parts, so maybe have a good chat.
So
And
Erlen
he'll-
and Clifford... Sorry. My bad. Right, so Erlen, Clifford, you arrive at the bottom of the stairs. You make through. The bookie kind of notices you pass by Ireland, and he takes a glimpse of you. Gentlemen, would you not like to earn some coin and get brawling?
Do I look like I can fight?
Not you, old man. Talking to this broad fellow. Look at him. Strong.
Oh, him!
Yes.
Yes! I'll put my money on him. Go on.
Dorsch, you're
Not that
seeing
good
this
at
because
this.
it's right underneath you, so...
When he's saying this, would Lush have arrived closer to the brawling area?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Well,
I'm more
we'll
good
do
with
it
a sword, you know.
Nope, just bare fists. Can you do it? Are you up for the challenge? As the other guy is kind of flexing and kind of giving the 1-2 kind of in the corner, eyeing you.
Nope, I will pass. This is not my forte.
The people in close earshots hearing you say no, "Ooh," and the other guy is just flexing around like, you know.
Okay,
So-
this is only his rest day. When he's better, we will be back. You'll see.
They kind of just, you know,
Yeah.
just wave
Yeah.
down at you. Bah. And this is the point where Lucia, you catch on to this moment.
But there's you guys are.
Yes. How's
Found anything?
Oh, well, he's upstairs. Doors found him.
Perfect. Well, hold on. Well, Arfis's leg is patched up, as you could say.
Yes. Good.
He's gone off to take a drink,
Yes.
calm his nerves.
I'd be careful from the drinks though around here. It's mostly water.
Well, what you'd expect from a place like this, I suppose.
That's what I told the barman, but he took it the wrong way. Anyway, we seem to be wasting time. Maybe we should go upstairs.
And
Well, Strahd's there. You know.
oh, yeah.
You know.
Might
Finish
as
the mission?
well finish the mission. It is.
Yes.
And
We woke up, I assume?
woke up and meet Dorsh and just
Yeah.
yeah. And so
Right. Which door is he in?
I point to the door in question. And I tell him that it's locked.
Right. Should we
wait.
knock?
So how do you know that he's inside if it's locked?
I pull out my thieves' tool and smile.
You do know why we have him, yes?
Yes, but I would have expected. If you unlock something, why don't you close it again? But
Because unlike most of the other rogues I've ever met, this one's at least a smart one.
fair. Fair.
And that's
And
why he's getting paid good money.
also,
I don't know why I'm gassing you up so much, but I'm like,
Toying him.
And Strahd, was he awake, asleep?
He was asleep, lad. He looks in fine health. He's got different clothes on, which would probably be expected given that he probably would have been extremely bloodied as he came in.
Yeah, most prob. I suppose on his severed arm.
It's back to normal. You would have not known it's gone.
I'm speaking to the DM. Sorry to wait a bit.
Ah,
Oh.
Back to between us in the meantime. So yeah, the arm was all patched up. You're saying?
like I say that you would not known he was injured in any shape or form.
Well, then it does seem we don't really need the arm. DM, on the arm we found on the tree, there were pieces of clothing of Strahd. Yeah, so with tattered clothing, that most probably why he would have gotten a change of clothes to
Mhm.
replace what he had.
Exactly.
No use staying in what he was. Then again, now, if he is asleep, do we want to be the ones waking him up? After he's fought a dragon, lost an arm, regrown an arm, being carted to this village, being seen by the doctor of sorts that there was. Well, no, he did do a pretty good job with the client before us. So
His arm back.
You hear
I
the
didn't get the
door.
word.
You hear the door click.
Oh.
As it unlocks, and the door swings open as a hunched down, wary version of Strahd peeks over. Would you be what are
Oh,
you
there you are.
what are you doing here?
Well,
Holding his arm out, by the
we
way.
found your arm.
We thought you'd want it back.
Right. Come in, as he kind of just disappears back into the room.
I
follow.
suppose we head in.
Yeah.
As you head in, you see him kind of just lie, sitting down actually on the beds, and rests against the headboard. Puts one arm behind his head and just sighs to himself. And without turning his head, just with his eyes, look over as you enter the room.
Do you need me to look at any of your maybe wounds that you got from the dragon?
No need for that, Lucia. I'm fine.
Good to know.
I do need a couple of days to get used to this, though. And as he lifts up what would be the equivalent of the arm he lost, which is now regained. It takes a while.
Well, I would expect nothing less of having regrown an arm, I suppose.
So,
Well, we just came to look for you. We thought, you'd be in
Having-
worse shape.
Well, having been taken by a dragon,
right.
and being, the husband of our benefactor, we were a bit worried. But it seems
Yes.
you bested the dragon on your own, without too many complications.
He immediately changes position, puts his hand down, kind of heads up, is like, wait, Tatiana knows
Knows what?
of what happened to me.
Well, she knows you were taken. She doesn't know of the, whatever this is, and I point to the arm.
Right. No, she's aware. She's fully aware of that.
Okay.
I don't want to worry her unnecessarily with my absence.
That's why we're here.
Any news about the Silver Dragon?
Well, it's dead.
Ha,
And-
he smiles.
I guess congratulations are in order.
Wasn't easy.
Clearly wasn't. I
But
point at the arm again.
I saw that it flew off and went back to recover, but where did it land, if I may ask?
It landed in the lake, about
Right. It was on the shore.
southwest from where we'd seen it take you previously.
East of Argensvold.
So it was heading back home. Luckily, I
Presumably.
severely wounded it to death. He laughs at himself. I guess it was worth losing an arm for that. As he kind of looks down and starts, gesturing what would be done in physio, trying to regain
Yeah.
muscle strength. How considerate of you to come and find me.
Well,
Well,
it is part of our job, yes.
You're contracted for the war,
yes.
Yeah.
not to
But-
babysit me.
Oh, most probably we weren't here to babysit. Maybe just
Assist.
Right. Unfortunately, I've spent much of my coin to be accommodated here, as he kind of slides down into the bed and lies back down. I'm gonna need to stay here for at least another 2 to 3 days. I wouldn't mind having the company.
Are you
eventually-
talking to Lucia?
Talking to all 3 of you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, 5.
Or
What-
I'm not
4.
there.
Oh, sorry. He kind of looks over as he notices Dorsch.
Well, fuck, I forgot to write it down. The mage's name. What was the mage's name?
I don't think he ever.
Oh
I don't think
no!
he gave us- I don't
I'm-
think he gave us a name. I don't have it as well. But then again,
Let me
maybe I
check.
didn't.
Yeah, no, there wasn't name because it's part of law.
Yeah.
But I don't recall it.
Where did
I think some of
I-
us know the name, but not all of us. Real name anyway. He gave us a fake name, I think. But
Can I roll to remember the name?
Give me a moment, let me bring it up.
Sure.
Alright.
It was the necromancy, right? He was dealing in some weird stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
And he was buying some land to set down roots, I recall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Let's see. So.
I remember typing his name somewhere, but I can't find it.
No. Kazan.
Kazan, yes. That was it. Okay, now I write his name somewhere. Right. Have you ever heard of Kazan, a mage?
I've heard of him, yes. Why?
Yes. Not good things, I would assume, correct?
He shrugs. He's a scholar of the arcane and chaos, such as yourself.
Fair. Maybe not one as much of a tarnished reputation, I would say. I seem to be in better graces, in most people's better graces at least, than he is. But that being said, my point is, he is back at base. Not sure how you feel about that. He has come to look for Tatiana to buy land, if I'm not mistaken.
Has he now?
Yes, thought you might be interested.
And he asked for Tatiana by name.
He did mention her name, yes.
Being the lord of the area, most probably he knows that she's ruling over here and might be the person to speak to be able to get land.
Well,
Yeah.
he is correct on that.
Okay, well, not sure what good that did, but is there anything else you need regarding that situation?
I'll let her handle those matters.
Very well. Now, is there anything else you need from us?
You need a place to stay.
Yes, and the bartender doesn't seem to like me very much. Not
Well,
sure why.
He laughs. Right, of course. He wouldn't know why. Not like I paid him not to be disturbed. But I guess you were a sight
Hey.
for sore eyes, the lot of you.
Hey, it's what you paid us for, right?
He slowly sits up and turns round and gets on both his feet. Clearly, he looks weaker than what you've seen him in a day or two before. And he kind of just slowly walks across the room, passing the lot of you. Right, I'll talk to him and see if we can make any form of arrangement. If not, you're gonna have to find quarters elsewhere within the village. I'd like to have you all close by.
How big's
Right.
this room?
Sorry?
How big's the room?
You're looking at perhaps a, give or take, like a 10 by 5 feet.
Oh, tiny.
It is a bit tiny, yeah.
Okay, so it's not even space to chuck down bedrolls and sleep on the floor
No.
then.
Like you're all kind of squished into this room, you know? Right. Let me go talk to him. See if we're gonna make arrangements.
Very well.
As he once again turns the corner. He makes his way down the stairs very slowly and holding his new arm with his other arm, with a hand, he makes his way through the crowds and slowly to the bar where he sees Arthas, and he said, "Ah, you're here too."
So Strahd, and I probably ordered a drink from the bartender, like just a normal ale, like no requirements. Good to see you also. I can see you are very alive.
Yes, and he looks down at your leg and he's like, "You look alive too. Did this happen during the battle?"
No, this just happened a couple of hours ago, unfortunately. Fell in a hole. Long story short.
S- Aren't you a bit old to fall in holes?
I am.
Right. Barkeep.
I'm Balban. I was let him continue.
Oh, please. He looks busy anyways. What is it?
Oh, no, nothing. All I say, I'm just a soldier, and soldiers have to suffer injuries sometimes, even the unfortunate ones. Gives a shrug.
You're here to advise on military strategies, Ep Artal, not to be walking around and battling. I was a bit surprised seeing you march forwards on the attack on the battlefield. Bravery,
Well-
but you know what they say about bravery. It's a bit
Well-
stupid sometimes.
Well, let's be honest with the men you have. They need training. You need someone who can lead them. That's why I may be a old man, but at least I'm wise enough to know what the right strategies are, my lord.
Counsel that I will definitely take on board once we arrive back in camp, which, by the way, will be in another 3 days before we leave here. He once
good.
again, barkeep, he says frustratedly. The man's like comes over. Ah, yes, my lord. Like, how can I assist you? He sighs and he kind of just limps down onto the counter. It's like, do you have any room for my comrades? He looks over. Did you all join at this point?
With Strahd going down, Lucia would have been following
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
So most of you would have heard the name. He said Ep Artal to Arthas, and this is the first time you heard like what the hell.
Yep.
Right. My comrades need a place to stay. Do you have the adjacent room available? The barkeep shakes his head. No, I'm afraid not, my lord. It's already occupied. Do you have any other facility they can stay in? Or a suggestion? The barkeep shrugs. I mind my own business. If they want, they could ask around. Vallaki are quite hospitality, people. So, yeah, perhaps they might get some help from them. Very helpful of you.
I told you.
Yes, I can see what you mean, Clifford. Sorry, boys and lady, but unfortunately you're gonna have to find a facility yourselves nearby.
Remember that the bartender's balls still itch horribly.
That explains why it's taking so long to serve people, as he looks over his shoulder as he's frustratingly using a wooden spoon out there.
Oh no!
Right.
Well, if Lucia's seeing the barkeep doing what he's doing, she's just pipe up a bit. Well, it seems you better have that taken care of. You don't know what might happen to them.
The barkeep shoots a glare at you. It's like, pretty sure you're not the one. Like, what are you gonna do? Suck me off? Like, fuck off. Elfin bitch.
Oh, don't worry. There are worse things than sucking them off.
Ah,
Strahd,
it seems that-
Strahd
it seems
chuckles to himself.
since Wilson is trying to get his pack scratched. Well, in any case, we best find accommodations for ourselves then. And my lord Strahd, please. I wouldn't recommend mentioning my name not loud around here, just in case there's any bleeding hearts. He has chuckled to himself.
Strahd, still a bit frustrated, kind of turns around and is like, Barkeep, I will remember this. The barkeep takes no care as he itches frustratingly down there.
Well, you need your rest.
I do.
We'll take you back up, and then we'll make our way and find our own accommodation. We'll be in the area. We'll keep in touch. If you need anything, let us know, and we could say we'll be your ears outside the inn.
I appreciate that, Lucia. Though I expected such words come from the Witcher.
But Witcher's currently on mute, so we cannot.
It's like in Bundek.
No.
Well,
So-
in any case, you get your rest hour, and hopefully that in a couple of days we'll leave this place and go back to our camps. We'll see from there. Meantime, gentlemen and lady, let's go find ourselves another place we can rest. Maybe there's some kind
Question.
scope.
Question before that. We are currently 1 day away from where Lady Tatiana is by
Correct.
horse. Yes. Would it be worth to send... Hear me out? This never works. Split the party. Send someone back to inform Lady Tatiana that everything's fine, and then come back. Because at that
He said we
point,
don't need to, right?
but Lady Tatiana knows a bit of what happened to Strahd. Just to tell her,
Oh, right. Just to tell her everything's okay.
yes, we found him, he's
Mm.
fine, no broken bones.
Are there
A-okay,
any
just resting.
means of long distance communication?
If you've got 1,000 crowns for it, you have. Or could
I
have.
don't.
As far as I know, there's a spell you might have, but it costs. There's a material component of 1,000 crowns.
Oh. Not something I've chosen definitely for now.
Yeah.
I mean, I took one which is useless. I'm still trying to figure out. I can open portals which have already been there. Stupid mistake. I need to make portals first.
Well, oh well. We could have created the portal at the village.
You could, by the way, go straight to get aid from the Vallakovich family. To
Aids for what?
finding yourselves at least some form of headquarters.
Oh,
Thought that would be useful. They're the
I
ones
would
that
assume.
knelt to Tatiana and accepted her as, queen of the region, so to speak.
Okay, so I would take it they are the rulers of this
Yeah.
town.
Baron and Baronessa, yes. The family.
I see. Fancy titles. Anyway, Do you know which way their house, mansion, castle is?
So that would be. Right, why don't I take notes of this? Because you ask them all the time. Right. Where is it?
Oh, you have a map of the town?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Alright. So. You came in from that side. Okay. So it's further into the village. There's a building on this part. However, they managed to finish off the mansion. You should find it there quite easily. It kind of stands out.
Right. All right. Should we head off, or does anyone else need anything while we're here?
I don't think there's anything else required, at least for this bar or anywhere else. So we go to these Baron. So that's not
Right.
Baron. This.
Yes, Baron and Baroness Vallaki.
I see.
Right.
Let's go.
Well, we will see you later then, and we will inform you of where we will be staying once we have made arrangements. And we head off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is where we end our session for today, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being part of this. Seems like a lot of progress. So, thank you once again for playing. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and good
Of course.
night.
It's always fun.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.